name is Cam Smith with U Sports Production, coming to you from Canadian Little League Championships in Victoria, BC. Thank you for tuning in. We're at Layritz Park for round robin action for Saturday, August 2nd between Team Quebec, coming in at 1-2 record, and the host Layritz Allstars, who went into the competition Saturday with a 3-0 record. Layritz has been solid all tournament long, while Quebec started off with a big loss but have turned things around and look for a big win today. Logan Barge is on the bump for Layritz today. This talented young man could be a game changer for Layritz over the next 5 days. Quebec countered with Jake, a powerful pitcher that has presented problems for the opposing batters all tournament long. It's the Layritz Allstars against Quebec. Let's play ball. And Lamberton leading things off for Layritz, and he would be walked, and that's going to bring up Owen Crump, and that's Jake. Jake's got a couple of strikes on him, and he's going to blow a fastball right by him. That's a great pitch right there. And then Lamberton, he's going to move over to second, and that brings up Max Ash to the plate, and Max Ash, he's got 2 strikes on him, but he just rips this ball. Oh, and it gets loose. Oh, over to second baseman. And that's a great play by Hendrick right there, but the runner goes over to third. And that brings Calibrate up to the plate. And Calibrate, 0-2 count. Jake has on, and he just throws a beauty on the inside corner. And that will catch him. That retires the side. No runs first inning. Burns on the mound. And he's going to face up against Ishimo. And what's a nasty curveball. And that's for the strikeout right there. That's a beauty right there. And then next up to bat, that's Sebastian. And with 1 out, Burns with 1 strike on the batter. That's it sharply to Burns. Burns fires to first. And in time, that's for the 2nd out of the inning. And then Yadel's going to come to the plate. And he's going to take this Burns offering. And he's going to drive this ball, and that's going to go right out to Lamberton. Lamberton brings it in. That's put a runner on first, and that'll bring up Jake. And Jake, he's got a runner at first, and Burns with the delivery, and Jake will turn on us, and he absolutely rips it. And that is gone, folks. That put 2 on the board. This young man taking it right to dead center. You gotta love that. Quebec is on the board 2-0 early on in this ball game from a 2-run shot by Jake. And that's a nice celly there by this Quebec team. They've been really turning things around lately. Look out for them. They're going on the right track here. And then next up to bat, that's going to be Dalen. And Dalen's got a full count. And up delivery. What a pitch right there by Barnes. And that'll shut out the inning, but not before 2 come in. Heading to the top of the 2nd inning. And Kane would ground out to third. That'll bring up Mason Beach. And Beach, he's going to hit this ball hard. And it goes right over to Sebastian. And he fires it over to first, but that gets by. And Beach is going to second. Heads up play, and he is in at second. And with 1 out, that's going to bring up Luke Sykes. And Luke Sykes facing Jake. And with a 3-2 count, look out, he's going to walk him. And that's going to put runners at first and second with 1 out. And Parhar, he's going to step up to the plate. And Jake's got a ball and a strike on him. And he's going to hit this ball on right there is Yadel. That's an easy play right there for this young man. Runners still first and second. And now there's 2 outs in the inning. That's going to bring up Harley Horseman. And Harley Horseman looking to cash these runners in, and Harley Horseman, he's going to hit this ball hard, and it's going back, but no, look out, Elliott is right there, and that will retire the side. 2 men left on base for this Layritz club. And now leading things off, that's Adrian for the Quebec team. And Adrian, he's going to hit this ball hard, and that's going to find its way out into right field. And I'll tell you what, they're leading things off again, and here they come, this Quebec squad. Next up to bat is going to be Simon. Barnes has 0-2 count on him. And Simon, he's going to absolutely just stare at this ball. And that goes right in the outside corner for a great pitch there by Barnes. Taking a breath, that a boy. And then next up to bat, that's going to be Jackson. And Jackson swinging a miss. And that's for the 2nd out of the inning. And nice job by Barnes right here. He's starting to heat up. And then Gabriel steps up to the plate. And Gabriel, he's a dangerous little hitter. And look out, he's going to lay a bunt right down. And Barnes goes to get it. No, and he loses the handle on it. Runner safe at first and second. And that's going to bring up Hendrick to the plate next. And Hendrick, he's got a 2-2 count. And Barnes with the delivery. Oh, and what a pitch freezes Hendrick right there. That will retire the side. No runs in for this Quebec team, heading to the top of this third inning. And in the top of the third, as Logan Barnes steps up to the plate. He's got a 2-1 count on him. And Logan Barnes, he's going to rip this ball, and that's going to go right over to Yadel. Yadel fires it. Oh, and it gets by the first baseman. And Barnes, he's going to stay at first. But Barnes would be picked off at first, trying to get a jump. And there's going to be one out. And then that's going to bring up Sam Burns to the plate. And Sam Burns going to hit this ball, pop it up. And that's going to come right down. Elliott's all over that one. Now that's 2 outs in the inning. And bringing up Filipovic. And Filipovic with 2 strikes on him. And that's, look out, here comes Jake. And he fires outside corner again. And he's going to freeze him. That's for the 3rd out of the inning. And no runs once again for this Layritz Allstars. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 3rd. And that'll bring up Elliott to lead things off for this Quebec squad. And Elliott, he's got 1-2 count on him, and Barnes. And Barnes looking to take care of business here. Oh, nice curveball, but that's going to go right over to Ash. Ash picks it up, fires to first. And that's for the 1st out of the inning. And next up the bat's going to be Charles. And Charles, there's 1 out in this 2-2 count. And Barnes with the delivery and just blows it by Charles. What a pitch. And then Barnes again. Barnes has got a Shibu, and Shibu, oh, he's going to rip this ball the opposite way. And that's straight to Calibrick, and that will retire the side. We're heading to the top of the 4th. Still 2-0 Quebec. And in the top of the 4th, that's going to be Quest. Up to bat, and Jake's got 2 strikes on him, but he would just fire it and swing and a miss, and that's going to bring up Lamberton. And with 2 strikes on Lamberton, that is going to be another strikeout. That's 2 in a row right here for this young man. And then next up to bat, that's Owen Crump, and he's going to walk, and that puts a runner at first base. And that will bring up Max Ashton. He'll walk, he's hit by a pitch. And then coming up is Calibrick, and Calibrick, he's going to take one on the outside. Yeah, catcher just loses the handle a bit. Both of these players, on that double steal, that's a perfect one right there. And then coming up to bat, Calibrick still up to bat. And Calibrick, he's got 2 balls and a strike on him. He's going to rip this ball, but that's going to go right over to Hendrick. Hendrick takes the 4 out, and that will retire the side again. Still 2-0. And at the bottom of the 4th for Quebec. And bottom of the 4th, stepping up to the plate, that is Sebastian. And he's got a 1-1 count. Sebastian absolutely hits this on a rope. That's going to go all the way to the wall. And there's Sykes. Sykes picks it up, and he fires it in. But Sebastian's rolling it in with a stand-up double. That's a great way to lead things off here. And then next up to bat, Yadel. Yadel coming up. This guy's a dangerous hitter. And he is going to, he's going to rip this the opposite way. He gets it right to the wall, through the gap. And they're going to wave a runner home. Runner coming home. And he will score at Yadel. Oh, he's caught a pickle. And we thought, look how Calibrick's got him. And then, that's Ash tags him out. Run did score on that, so it's going to make it 3-0, and that is going to bring up Jake. And Jake swings and gets dropped. And that's the 3rd strike, and they're going to throw him out for the 2nd out of the inning. And then Dalen is next up to bat, but they're going to change pitcher. That's a great outing there by Barge. Barge coming, back after a long layoff, and he pitched fantastic today. We couldn't ask for anything more out of this young man. And that's going to bring in Harley Horseman into the mix here in relief for Barnes. And then Dalen with a 1-2 count on him. And Horseman throws a great pitch, and that's picked up by Parmar. Parmar over to first. That's a great play, and that will retire the side, but not before Quebec puts another on the board. 3-0 for this Quebec squad. And leading things off is going to be Austin Kane. Austin Kane at the plate, and he's going to rip this ball. Oh, and right there, that's a beauty by Sebastian for the out. And you got to love that. Good defense by this Quebec team today. And then Mason Beach steps up to the plate. He's got a 2-2 count on him. He'll just drive this home and picked up nicely right there. Well, a little bubble, but that's okay. Jake over to first, and that's for the second quick out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Sykes. Sykes having himself a good tournament. And Sykes, he's just going to turn on this ball. He's getting on the ground. That's a sharp one. And that's going to get through, and that will get him at first base. That's a great play by Sykes. And that's going to bring up Parmar. And Parmar, he is going to hit this ball. And he's launching it right just about to the wall. It goes to the wall. And Sykes is heading for third round, and he's going to go in and score. And in with a stand-up double. That's a great hit right there by this young man, Parmar. And you got to love that one-run score, 3-1. That you're going to bring up Harley Horseman. Harley Horseman drives this ball in, and that gets to center field. And that's Valdez, throws it in, but in the score. That's another run, 3-2. Horseman's going to just trot over to second. And we've got a tight ball game going on here in the top of the fifth inning. And then Adrian's going to come in and pitch a relief of Jake. He pitched a great game, and that is Burns at the plate. Ooh, and that is a high one. He walks him, and now we got runners at first and second, and that is going to bring up Sam Burns. And Burns, he is going to hit this ball. He just gets under that, but that's enough out. And, actually drops right in, and that's going to score another run. And I'll tell you what, in business, 3-3. Layritz has come all the way back. They got runners at first and second. And then that's going to bring up Filipovic. And Filipovic, he's going to take a walk. That'll load up the bases. That's for Quest. And Quest, 2 strikes on him. And when he gets a piece of this one that goes right to the shortstop, Sebastian to first takes the out. And in time, and they'll retire the sign. But Layritz Allstars, dude, what they do, they have roared back. And now here's Horseman in the bottom of the fifth. That's Adrian. Adrian's going to slash this one out, and that's going to get out just past the reach of Beach, and that'll be, he's safe at first. And then coming up is Simon Horseman will deliver a nice pitch, and that's for the strike. That's a beauty right there, and that's for the first out of the inning. And then Jackson Valdez up at the plate. He's got 2 strikes on him. Horseman out of the stretch. He fires one inside, and he hits the corner, and that's for the second out of the inning. And then Gabriel's next up to bat, and in the first pitch, he just takes out the ball. Oh, what a play right there by Kane. Kane has just made a fantastic play. That's a beauty by this young catcher. You gotta love that. That crowd's going crazy. And let's take a look at this one again. Nice pitch here by Horseman, turned on the bunt, and he just gets under it. Kane, he's got a beat on it all the way. 2 hands, baby, and in the glove. You gotta love that. And then we're going to head to the top of the 6th in this tie ball game, and that's going to bring up Lamberton top of the order. Lambert takes a swipe at this one, but that is picked up nicely by Jake for the first out of the inning. And then next up to bat's going to be Owen Crump, and Owen Crump is going to take this pitch. He's gone with a walk. Owen Crump with a good eye. He's having a good game today. And then next up to bat, that's going to be Max Ash. Crump's at first, but Crump will steal second. And then with Crump at second, Ash up to the plate, and Ash has got a 2-2 count on him. And Adrian trying to protect that runner. And out of the stretch he comes, and look out, here's Ash going to turn on us. Oh, and he hits it right on the middle hole. That's a great stuff. And Crump is rounding through, heading for home, and Crump will stand up, and he is in. What a play. Crowd loving every minute of it. You got to love that play. Nice tools by Crump. A great hit there by Ash. And that's going to bring up Calibrick. And Calibrick looking to cash in Ash. And that ball's going to get down, and Ash is going to head right over to third. And we got a runner into third. at third, and we got 2-2 count for Calibrick. And Calibrick, there's the pitch. He's going to try. This ball goes right over the shortstop, but he loses the handle on it. We got runners at the corner, and that's going to bring up Austin Kane. And with Austin Kane up there, we're going to have a little meeting in the minds there, a little talk. Settle down, Adrian. And with Kane, Austin Kane, the score is 4-3. And a runner at first and third. And Kane just sets it off the way. That's a beautiful hit. And that will cash in the runner. And roaring back is this Layritz squad. 5-3 now in the top of the sixth inning. And that's going to bring up Beach. And Beach, oh, he's going to pound this ball, but that's a huge one hopper. And right back to the pitcher, Adrian, and over to first. And that'll be for 2 outs in the inning. And then Luke Sykes, he's going to walk, and that's going to load him up right there for Lyndon Parhar. And Parhar, he's going to have 2 strikes on him. And Parhar, he is going to hit the ball sharply, and then gets right to Gabriel over to first, but not before the Layritz Allstars come storming back. Now they're up 5-3, cashing 2 in the top of the sixth. Now we're going to go to the bottom of the sixth, and Hendrick's going to lead things off, and that's Horseman. And Horseman, he's going to throw the pitch, and that's a nice hit by Hendrick. Oh, Ash comes out of nowhere. Oh, and the crowd is loving every minute of it. This Paul gave his head down to the last 2 outs. And that's Horseman. He's going to face Elliott. And Horseman, oh, that's a sharp grounder. That's hit right over to Ash. Ah, and it just gets by Ash. And let's show you that play again. You can see the fans here, you know, they're getting into this game. And look, you know, when you have a play like that, they're living every minute of it. They realize, oh, here comes the tying run up to the plate. And now back to the action. And that is Charles up to bat. And that is Harley Horseman. He's got 2 strikes on him. Oh, and that is popped up right there. Third strike bunt. And he will be out. That makes 2 outs right now. And Ashimu at the plate. And there is 2 strikes on him, but he takes his ball, and he's going to rip a line drive just over Crump's head. But Crump just fires it in, and there's runners at the corners. And the winning run is going to come up to the plate right now. And Crump with a great throw to keep that run from scoring. But this is going to bring up Sebastian, runners at the corner. And 1 shot right here, and this would win the game. And Horseman with the delivery. Oh, and this shot is right up the middle. But no, there is Ash. And he'll pick it up. And the All-Stars come all the way back and win this one 5-3. What a game. You know, Ash just makes this look so easy. And the fans, they'll take control here. They just love every minute of it. They've been great fans all tournament long. Same with the Quebec fans. That's a crazy bunch right there, having a good old time. And this was just a tight game all the way through. But Layritz doing what they do. They're winning these tight ball games and coming back and some and just pulling ahead. But this Quebec team, they're for real. They're playing really good. Lately, they kind of had a hiccup earlier on in the tournament. But, you know, they've been looking pretty good going forward. So I see big things out of them coming forward. And you know what? Layritz has continued to play some really good ball, really good defense. And that's what it's all about. We caught up with Owen Crump for his thoughts on the game.
It was a really good opportunity to come back, and Lyndon with the hit there just like got us going and like got the flow to it, and we just added on till the sixth. We've been practicing like at the start of every practice for 3 hours, but we've been practicing defense every day, like just going over bunt defense and everything, and like just getting better, staying low. It just feels like so good to be up there and not like at the bottom, and then you feel like slump and try to like, and then your team doesn't feel great, but when you're up there, it feels like we got this.
And that's a wise young man there. He's been playing some great ball on defense and great on offense too. Can't say enough about that, and can't say enough about this Layritz team and the way they've handled themselves throughout this tournament. It's quite impressive to see these young athletes. Let's get out in the community. Let's support this tournament. My name is Cam Smith with U Sports Production. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you on the field.